Hello viewers, welcome to LVR E-Education. Today onwards we are conducting classes for English medium students of AP and TS 10th class students. Content we provide is also useful for all the competitive exams. So let's start. As you all know, we are dealing with the subject physical science, though the first chapter of our course is heat. So let's start with part 1. The topics we learn today is temperature and the relation between temperature and average kinetic energy, showing with the help of activity, the units of temperature, relation between them, and we'll solve the related problems. First, in order to get some idea about temperature, let's see some daily food items. The first one we see on the screen is ice cream. So when we taste the ice cream, what we feel? Obviously, we feel cool, right? So it is a cold object. In the case of drinking a glass of ice water, again we feel cool, but not as much as in the case of ice cream. So it is slightly cold. In the similar fashion, if you sip a hot cup of tea, what do you feel? You feel hot, right? So it is a hot object. So in the case of drinking a warm soup, what do you feel? Obviously, we'll feel hot, but not as much as in the case of sipping a cup of tea. So it is warm. So in general, the work of the temperature is just to assign the values to determine how hot or cold an object is. So that in a more formal way, the degree of hotness or coldness is defined as temperature. Let's see the units of temperature. In SI system, the units of temperature is Kelvin or Celsius. So the temperature which is measured in Kelvin scale is denoted by capital T. The temperature which is measured in Celsius scale is represented by small t. So you can obtain the value in Kelvin scale by adding a value of 273 to the Celsius scale. Similarly, we can obtain the value in the Celsius scale by subtracting minus 273 from the Kelvin scale. So the temperature which is measured in Kelvin scale is often termed as absolute temperature. Temperature can also be measured in Fahrenheit scales. So the relation which exists between the Celsius and Fahrenheit scale is given. So F minus 32 by 180 is equals to C by 100, where 32 is the least value in Fahrenheit scale and 180 is the number of divisions. Similarly, 0 is the least value in Celsius scale, 100 is the number of divisions. So using this equation, we can interchange the Fahrenheit value into centigrade value or centigrade value into Fahrenheit value to its corresponding values. So F in terms of C is given by F equals to 9C by 5 plus 32. Similarly, C in terms of F is given by 5 times of F minus 32 by 9. Now let's see some different scales for measuring the temperature. So in order to develop a scale or a measuring device, we should define threshold values. So here the freezing point of water, that is the point at which the water turns into ice as 0 degrees centigrade, and the point at which the water turns into vapor as 100 degrees centigrade, and between them we made 100 equal parts and each part is called as 1 degree centigrade. Similarly, in Fahrenheit scale, we defined the freezing point of water as 32 degree Fahrenheit, the boiling point of water as 212 degree Fahrenheit, and between them we made 180 equal parts, and here each part is called as 1 Fahrenheit. So Kelvin scale is just a modified version of Celsius scale, where we defined minus 273 degree centigrade as 0 Kelvin. Here also we make 100 equal parts. So here each part or each division in Kelvin is equals to each division in centigrade scale.
Kelvin scale of temperature was proposed by William Thomson, who is known as Lord Kelvin. Absolute temperature are stated in units of Kelvin in honor, while the adjusting of lower limit to temperature was known prior to his work. Kelvin is known for determining its correct value as minus 273.15 degrees Celsius.
So the device that you see here is a thermometer. Yes, the same one which is used to measure your body temperature when you feel sick. So one who invented this is Galileo Galilei. Yes, he is one of the greatest philosophers of all times. He also invented telescope. He's one of the genius minds. Activity that determines the relation between temperature and average kinetic energy of the molecules. So we know that an object which is in motion will possess the kinetic energy. The formula for kinetic energy is half mv square, where m is the mass of the object and v is the speed of the object. So the formula for measuring the average kinetic energy of the molecules is equals to the total kinetic energy divided by the total number of molecules. So let's start our activity. Take two empty bottles, fill one with cold water and another one with hot water. And now pour the same quantity of food color in both of the bottles at the same time. Now observe carefully the movement of food color molecules. You will observe that the molecules in hot water are spreading quickly than the cold water. So from the above activity, we can conclude that the motion of the food color molecules is greater in hot water compared to cold water. So that implies the average kinetic energy of the molecules is greater in hot water compared to cold water, right? So from this we can conclude the average kinetic energy of the molecules is directly proportional to the absolute temperature, right? So Ke average is directly proportional to capital T. So you can say the measure of average kinetic energy of an object or a system is called temperature. Here is a small test to aid your learning. So the first question is 27 degrees centigrades in kelvins. So we know, so let's see the solution. So here T is equals to 27 degrees centigrades. So we know that capital T is equals to 273 plus small t. So substituting 27 in place of T, we get 273 plus 27, which is equals to 300 kelvins. So let's see the second question. 100 kelvins in degree centigrades. So here capital T is equals to 100 kelvins. We know small t is equals to capital T minus 273 degree centigrades. So substituting 100 for capital T, we get 100 minus 273, which is equals to minus 173 degree centigrades. So let's move to the third question. Minus 273 degree centigrades in kelvins. So here small t is equals to minus 273 degree centigrades. So we know capital T is equals to 273 plus small t. Substituting minus 273 in place of T, we get 0 kelvins. So here is the fourth question. If a person's body temperature is raised by 3 units in Celsius scale, then by how much units his temperature gets raised in Kelvin scale? So we know the difference in Celsius scale is equals to the difference in Kelvin scale. So the answer is 3 Kelvin, obvious. So what is the value of 100 degrees centigrades in Fahrenheit scale? So we know F is equals to 9C by 5 plus 32. So from this, substituting 100 in place of C, we get 9 into 100 by 5 plus 32, which is 180 plus 32. We get 212 Fahrenheit. Okay, let's move on to the sixth question. So it asks to convert 50 degree Fahrenheit in degree Celsius. So we know the formula relating C and F. C is equals to 5 times of F minus 32 by 9. So substituting 50 in place of F, we get 5 into 50 minus 32 by 9. That is 5 into 18 by 9, which is equals to 10. So 50 degree Fahrenheit is equals to 10 degree centigrade. Okay, let's move on to the seventh question. So if x degree Fahrenheit is equals to x degree centigrades, then what is the value of x? This means for what value the Fahrenheit scale and the Celsius scale show the same reading. So let's move on to the solution. We know f is equals to 9c by 5 plus 32. So substituting x for f and c, we get x minus 9x by 5 is equals to 32. That means 5x minus 9x by 5 is equals to 32. From this we get x is equals to minus 40. That means minus 40 degree Fahrenheit is equals to minus 40 degree centigrades. Okay, let's move on to the 8th question. If a person's body temperature is increased by 1 unit in Celsius scale, then by how much the temperature is increased in Fahrenheit scale? So we know the relation between F and C. F is equals to 9C by 5 plus 32. From this, if we substitute C for C plus 1, because the Celsius scale unit is increased by 1. So the new reading is here F dash. So F dash is equals to 9 into C plus 1 by 5 plus 32. From this we get F dash is equals to 9C plus 9 by 5 plus 32. So F dash is equals to 9C by 5 plus 9 by 5 plus 32. So if you take the difference between F dash and F, we get the value 9 by 5, which is exactly equals to 1.8. So okay, let's move on to the next question. Negative value of temperature does not exist for which scale? So we know this is obvious, we already discussed. It is Kelvin scale or absolute scale. So let's move on to the 10th question. What is the value of 122 degree Fahrenheit in Kelvin? So we know C is equals to, so first here what you have to do is, you have to first convert F in terms of C. From then we have to convert C in terms of K. So here C is equals to, substituting F by 122, F is equals to 122 minus 32 by 9, which is equals to 60 minus 32, which is 50 degrees centigrades. So here small t is equals to, we obtained here small t. So here small t is equals to 50 degrees centigrades. So you have to convert this into capital T, that is the value in Kelvin. So the capital T is equals to small t plus 273 kelvins. So that is equals to 50 plus 273, which is equals to 323. So we came to the end of the first part of the chapter heat. So thank you for watching. We need all your support to come up even with exciting content. Be curious and enjoy your learning. If you like this content, please subscribe and tap the bell icon and share with your friends and family.